Yeah, my current position is something really that's sort of an evolution. Having been here since essentially the first days of the company, I've kind of become what I've needed to become. And as vice president of engineering and operations, really, it's sort of an all-encompassing role. That not only do I deal with everything project related in the project team, but the things prior to the beginning of the project and the sales process and the vetting and the proposal building, all the way down to the project closeout and the financial analysis and the lessons learned. So April of 2025, so not too far away, will be my 30th anniversary, 30 years here at Patti Engineering. Now, when I started, I mean, even Stan was out in the field doing startups. So, I mean, it was funny because I remember like my first week or so of starting here was I had a key to the door and I would unlock it and I'd turn the lights on and I'd come in and I'd sit and I'd work all day. I get up for lunch and I'd lock the door and it was just me. I mean, because everybody was on site, everybody was working. Little by little, people were in and out, but it was just, there was only five of us, including Patti. At this point, I mean, really, Patti Engineering, is as much a part of me as any other part of my life. While certainly lots of project-related things I've been involved in, probably the most significant things are the growth. The growth, the footprint growth in terms of facility growth, and location growth, of hiring growth. I mean, and all the way to now, we have people who are dedicated for HR here, and all the different facets. That in the early days was, it was us. So we've lived that whole cycle. It's been quite a journey. What's great about Patti, I think, is that we've never lost who we are. I can honestly say that same excitement and enthusiasm that was here when I started in 1995 and about what we do is still here today. And I credit that to the fact that you start with Sam and you move to me, and all throughout the organization, every single one of us has done this job. Every single one of us is a controls engineer at heart. Every single one of us has been in the field with a laptop hooked up to a machine, watching and students, from Sam on down, everybody in our organization who is in a position of leadership, like that, has done this job. So I was originally born in northern Michigan, so I can do the hand. Okay. So I was originally born up in Cadillac, in the Lower Peninsula, but way up north. Lived there till I was probably about 10, 11 years old. My dad's buddy had just finished working on the Epcot Center down in Florida. He was actually a construction supervisor when Epcot was built, and he had taken a job down in Grand Cayman. At this point, mind you, it's 1980, 1981. Grand Cayman was really kind of just up and coming, developing as a tourist destination. So there was a lot of construction going on, and a local construction company had hired my dad's buddy and said, "Hey, we need help. Bring people down." He called my dad up, and I think I was in 5th grade at the time. And my dad said, "Hey, we're moving to Grand Cayman." I go, "Grand what?" And and literally, keep in mind, it's 1980. For us to figure out where we were going to move, we went and bought a National Geographic that had a map of the Caribbean in it, so we could open it up and figure out where we were going. Then I graduated, high school down there, and then ultimately chose to come back to Michigan, where I was from originally, and chose the beautiful town of Flint, Michigan. I went to what started as General Motors Institute, but in the 1980s, GM divested itself from it. When I started there in 1990, it was just GMI. And then when I graduated, it was shortly thereafter, a few years after, the school got a huge donation from a gentleman named Charles Kettering. Just unbelievable. Charles Kettering has just the most amazing amount of patents to his name. He invented the starter, the automatic starter. Before that, people would have to crank their cars to start them. And his family gave a huge donation to the school, so they renamed it after him and became Kettering University. And it's great, as both Sam and myself still have connections to the school to this day. In fact, we even did a project for the school this year. We put 2 robots in a vision system that's going to go into a laboratory that's going to teach kids how to program that cell. So it's going to be a Patti Engineering cell in a laboratory at Kettering, and then also in the Learning Commons, we sponsored a study area. There's a Patti Engineering patio studying area, so we still have a really great connection to the school. Let me go back. I went, to school in Flint, and met my wife in Flint. So she was going to a different college there, and I met her at a party. It stuck, and then we started dating, and she'd fly down to Grand Cayman to visit me, and then we got married right around the time I started here at Patti in '95. We currently live in a little town, Clarkston, Michigan, just north of here. I've lived there for almost 30 years. I pick something, I just stick with it, I guess. And we have two boys, pretty grown now, and both of them are first responders. My older son is just police, and my younger son is actually all three. He's police, fire, and EMT. Growing up in Grand Cayman, I loved boating. I've always loved boating. Just have a passion for the water. Have to be on the water. We took that to kind of its peak. For about 15 years, we owned a boat that we kept in a marina and on Lake St. Clair, and we would boat the Great Lakes. We boat all Lake Huron, we boat Lake Erie, we would boat down to Cedar Point, go to amusement parks, buy the boat, stay in the marina. We did the marina life thing for about 15 years with the kids when they were little. Just the greatest family experiences on the water. There's nothing like, you and your family on this fiberglass tub, can't see land in any direction, and you're just heading west. But then for the adrenaline side of it, we're a racing family. So when the boys were little, we got into what's called quarter midget racing, and it's kind of like little karts, but a circle track. And when they were little kids, we raced quarter midgets, and then we stuck with it. We bought a big race car for my older son, and we've raced Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee. We raced Winchester Speedway. And to this day, we still have a EF35 racing. So we actually have a family race team. We know who we are. We know what we do. We know what we do well, and we're willing to go up against anybody, and take it on. There's not many challenges we don't think that we can surmount. That's I really think the key to Patti Engineering is this depth of knowledge and passion about what we do, and it allows us to be so good at what we do. And I think that's the key to longevity, is you just need to be really good at what you do.